Hey friends, and welcome to another video. Welcome to Backyard Transformation number 5. So friends, thank you for stopping by today's video. If you're new, welcome. I'm so delighted to have you here. And if you're returning, thank you for stopping by and showing your girl some appreciation. So now friends, okay, we're in the backyard and it's going to be a little bit out of order, only because I was impatient to test this out. Okay, we gonna see. I don't know. May need to get the instructions. But anyway, friends, this is supposed to be able to pressure wash or whatever. You'll see this in my upcoming shopping haul. But I brought this outside to test it out on that fence over there in my garden area. But anyway, we're gonna do a lot of planning today. I'm gonna pull up those collard greens or whatever and get all that situated. So I'm gonna go ahead, start the video, and I'll do a voiceover only because my neighbors are outside, and then you're not gonna be able to hear me. You'll hear a lot of noise in the background. So I'll talk to you in the voiceover. So as you can see, I was definitely impatient and was ready and just had to test out that little pressure tool that I had purchased from Aldi's. It came with 2 nozzles, and I must say it worked really well. So it's going to be good to clean off this fence because that's not a priority on my list, even though that's what hubby wants to do. So now I am back to the collard greens. As you can see, I have pulled all of them up. So I came out maybe a few days before, and was ready to harvest them, only to discover that, I guess, worms, or I don't know what you will call it. Remember, I'm new to this, okay? These are the ones I'm going to show my mom. But worms, I guess, had got to them, so it had a lot of those holes in the collard leaves. So I just pulled all of them up. I trashed them, and I'm going to start over. So I'm about to plant some seeds now. And I have those Georgia Southern collard green seeds. I got those from Amazon. These onion seeds and the cabbage seeds, those came from, it was just on the tip of my tongue. I got them from a website. So I'm going to put it up on the screen because I know where it got it from. But anyway, I really just forgot that quick. I'll put it up on the screen. Anyway, and then I'm going to do the zucchini. Now, those zucchini seeds, as you can tell from the package, those actually came from the Dollar Tree. Now, let me tell you what I had already done to the soil. So, with the exception of the bed that is behind me that I removed the collards, I did go ahead and pour in all of my soil bags. I purchased cow manure and I put those in the soil beds, and I mixed all those up really good. And what you see that I just added, which is my bone meal, is just in that container because my bone meal bag had got a hole in it. And so I had lost quite a bit of it. And so I put it into that old container that I cleaned out, so that way I can keep it closed. And then I have the biotone that I have also added into the little holes that I had dig. And then now I'm just separating the seeds. What I did was I read the back of the package to see how deep of the hole should be, as well as it stated how many seeds I need to put in each hole. This one said 3 to 4. And for most of them, I put 4. There was a few that I picked up and they was like 5. And of course, I wasn't going to remove that one. I couldn't get it out. And so I'm just going to get those all nice and closed up and then get these beds watered. Also, you'll hear me mention later in the video, if I haven't already stated, that so hubby has been really busy at work, and so he has not been able to come out into the yard with me. There's some things that I really need him here with me to do in areas that I really don't like going into. And so when he has time, he will be able to do that. I know it may not be the upcoming weekend, and we're going to see about the Mother's Day weekend. So with that being said, we'll just double check and make sure. I'll double check and make sure, so that way I can get the rest of this back area done and completed. Okay, so it's another day, friends, but let me first explain to you. So I was trying to do an intro to the video. However, my neighbors was outside. They was playing music. It was extremely loud. Of course, I didn't want to get copyright for number one. And so I was trying to rush along and do that. However, what I attempted to do yesterday was test out the little power pressure wash that I had purchased from Aldi, and it works really good. So two things, one that needs to be done. I'm gonna need to get a longer water hose so that way it can reach out to that fence area, because anything else I pressure wash, it would be within range, you know. That's going to be a temporary fix until we get the pressure washer. I'm not pressed to getting a new pressure washer right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. I would rather for us to spend our money on other things that I want at the moment. Let me just put it that way. Okay, anyway, get you down some. The second thing I was stating that needs to be done is I'm going to need to get purchase some more of the 30-second, I think it's wash. Let me see. One second. So I'm gonna need to get some more of the 30-second outdoor cleaner. That's what I'm gonna need to get. It's not enough in here. I may have about that much in here. It's not a lot at all. And so I'll focus on that maybe next weekend. That's not gonna be my focus. So you did see me do some planning. Yes, I pulled up the greens, and I'm gonna take you over there so we can get more into that. Okay, so as I was stating, you did get a chance to see me do some planning. I have a few more things I need to plant. What I think I want to try to focus on now is, I have an airplane that's flying over, so sorry about that noise. I want to try to go ahead and start putting down my landscape, no digging, edging, and the way that I want it to shape coming out of from the arch. So that way I can figure out where I want my pavers to go down on the path that I'm trying to do. So I can see, like, you know, where I want the mulch to go versus where I want the like river rocks to go, whatever. So I want to work on that. Yes, you did see me pull up those collard greens. Basically worms or whatever got hold to them. I'm not putting them back in that same pot, but I do have netting. And so what I am needing to do now is I am going to need to figure out what do I want to use as an arch to go down into the raised garden bed, so that way my net can go over it. And I'm going to show you that shortly too. So let me go ahead and get into unlock the storage and get the netting out. It's a late start today, friends. I'm not going to lie to you. I was just completely drained. Be careful, baby. I was completely drained. As you know by now, it's been 3 weekends in a row, and I've been back to back from parties and weddings and receptions. I was exhausted. Okay, I just got back in late last night from another reception, and so yeah, I'm a little tired. So I got up, breakfast, coffee. I was finna come out. I had no energy, so I think I have a little energy in me now to get something done. We have a little overcast. I think we have 10 to 20% chances of rain. The sun continue to goes in and out. So I'm going to stop chatting and go ahead and try to get some things done. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. So what I was doing is double checking to make sure that my netting fitted the oval shape of my raised garden bed. Now, friends, this hydrangea, I just purchased this one from Aldi. Now, what made me get it is this. As you're aware, I'm quite sure your Aldi has these as well. They're in the front of the store. And they have them on a stand and they're $14.99. I did not pay $14.99. So there is a lot of them and they're, drying out. They're dying. So when I went to the register, I asked the cashier, I said, hey, is for most of those are really dying, pretty bad. Are y'all going to put those on sale eventually? And she leaned over and told me, actually, they are. They was instructed, okay, not to advertise, but if someone asks, they are to take off 50% off. So I jumped out the line, grabbed this one and came back. There was some that were, all of them was dead. This one only had 2 on them that was dead. And so I grabbed this one. Now, let me tell you, when I am putting down my no-dig landscape edging, I don't like to go ahead and anchor them all the way down. I like to put the stakes in there like halfway, so that way I can determine if that's the way I want it to be, and it's easily to remove those and adjust the edging. So that is what I do. Now, this edging, I want you to remember. So where you see these 2 pots, which basically some of them, I have some more zucchini in those flower pots, and others I have to replant those. And then the moms is in there. I am going to extend out this patio. So the patio will be coming out right past that. So that is why I'm not taking my edging all the way over there. And I still needed this blue tarp to go there. Up under this DIY patio that I did last year, which I will leave this in the iCards, I used blue tarp that is under here. And so this will be extended out. Yes, it will be part of the backyard transformation. That may be the last thing that I do. That is not what I'm pressing to get done right away. My gardening, as well as getting my plants done, and alongside of the other fence is what I'm pressing to get done, like my main focus to get done so it can look nice, because I can always extend this patio out, that type of thing. As you can see, the new edging, no dig landscape edging, it is much height than the other one. That one looks like it may be 3 to 4 inches compared to this one that made me 1.5 inches. So this is what I think I'm going to do. I have edging in the front, which will be removed anyway. I just seen a lizard. Okay. The edging that's in the front, that's in front of my porch area, that is coming up, okay? I'm not sure if you recall what I was telling you, what I was thinking about I wanted to do in that space. But landscape edging is not going to be in that particular space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that and utilize that back here. And I think that will be enough to go from there, as well as to extend out where I'm trying to lead the pathway. Because what I'm wanting is this. Okay. It will be a pathway where pavers will be in the center, and then I will fill around it the river rocks, okay? Outside of the edging is what I actually want to put down like the mulch, because this is what I decided, friends, okay? For the area that is over here, let me bring you closer. Okay, so what I decided is, you already know, this is actually going back over there, okay? It is just here until I can get hubby out here to assist me over there, okay? And plus, I need to paint this. I'm gonna actually go and see if I can find the actual color paint that I want. I want it to stay orange. I don't know what color orange. That's the kicker. Orange is my favorite color, if you don't know that by now. Okay, so I want it to stay orange. The orange is gonna look beautiful up next to the little light green raised garden beds. Anyway, I am going to move my little storage from here, and I'm probably gonna put it back over there behind the storage so it can be out of the way. Okay, meaning what I'm going to do then is I am going to plant right here, okay? And what I'm thinking that I can plant there for the moment is, one, I need to lift y'all up. Y'all not even in my face. Okay, for one, what I think I can plant there is cut back my mums and plant the mums there, so that can go there. And then also what I can put there is my other hosta. It can go there. Now, I don't know if I brought this up or not, but let me just touch bases on this real quick. I had a wonderful lady in the comments ask me why not remove my cedar blocks. Turn you around. The young lady asked me why not remove the cedar blocks, the center blocks, and make it uniform to match the way that I did it on that side with the hostas. I would have loved to do that because I like things to be uniform, but I can't in this situation. So the yard is not even, no shape, form, or fashion, and it dips really low. So when the fence was installed, the fence is level. However, because of the dip, wait, Lonnie, because of the dip, the fence is there, but it like moves a little bit at the bottom. So the cedar blocks is there, 1, 2 blocks, for multiple reasons. Number one, I want it to stay still. 2, I don't want the neighbor's dog to be able to come up under the fence. 3, I don't want my dog, well, my grandfur baby, it's my daughter's dog. I don't want our dog to be able to go under the fence as well. So those cedar blocks is there for a purpose. So it's gonna stay there. With that being said, though, I just wanted to point that out because, like I said, the lady had asked me that, and which would have been wonderful. I would have done that, but fortunately, it can't. That's okay. But you can even see that from the way that the lining is, the fence cover is. It's not even drooping all the way down here because the yard goes up, and then as it goes back out, it hangs all the way down. It's not level though. That's the case. That's what I'm dealing with. So as you can see, friends, I went on ahead and I planted the strawberries. I decided just to put it in that pot. Now, I decided on that pot because when I was in Aldi the other day, and I was actually getting the same day that I got the hydrangea, they had flower pots that was the exact same color as these green raised garden beds. And I was like, oh boy, this would be so cute, so uniform for me to get these and just keep the color going. Well, they were $12.99 each. They was almost the size of the little barrel pots. I wasn't finna pay $12.99. And so I thought about it. I was like, well, actually, I have larger, well, on the medium size of pots at the house, and there's nothing in them. It actually have soil in there, and I just need to remove some of the old soil, add some new soil, add some cow manure to it, and other things to get it nice and fertilized, and just use those pots. And so that is what I decided to do instead of spending unnecessary money. Now, here's the thing. I can always get some spray paint because I actually seen spray paint at Roses that was the color of these raised garden beds. So I can always spray paint them if that's what I want, But anyway, let's go ahead and get these remaining of my petunias as well as these marigolds planted inside of these center blocks. Okay, so as you can see, I did basically what I could do until I got stuck, okay? So I was not able to accomplish what my initial goal was for today. My plans was to actually come out here and completely have the whole no dig landscape fabric placed out for the path. But I explained it to you earlier what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video and end this video now, so that way I can proceed to the front yard of what I need to do. So just know that you're gonna see me in these clothes again in the video in the same week. That's because I filmed in the same day. Okay, but anyway, so what I did was I was able to plant the strawberries. You see me put that into the little off-white pot. I went ahead and got the rest of the petunias put down in the cedar blocks, center blocks. What I did was with that, for the other ones, I put in the marigold seeds. So The other ones that you see that the marigolds, I had already purchased those from Lowe's. And they was actually on sale for $1 when I purchased those like a couple of weeks ago. So what I did for the remaining ones, I just put the seeds in there. That is what I showed you. And then I was about to plant those zinnias, but then I changed my mind. I think I'm actually going to put it in this pot. I may do that off camera. Friends, I'm just going to tell you now, okay? Anyway, so what I am doing, what I have done, I'm sorry. So besides that, I put up my little, you see me put the little tomato little trellis thing. I showed you a picture of that. I had actually purchased that last year from Temu. That was back in November. So a lot of things I had already purchased last year, just like those nettings. Some of those was free. That was from last year on my last year's shopping hauls, because I was already like getting things that I knew that I wanted to get for this backyard space. Okay. But anyway, so I need to get the edging from the front. I was able to do that. I repot some things. I think these gonna outgrow these pots, which is fine, but I needed to take it out of the pot that it was in so that way it can do better for what I need to get done. Meantime, I'm taking those to the front. So like I stated, because I'm now just rambling, I'm gonna end this backyard transformation video, and so that way I can get into the front and get that no dig edge landscaping up that I do need to remove. So friends, thank you so much for stopping by today's video. I greatly appreciate you spending some time with me today. If you're new here, welcome. I am so delighted to have you. If you're returning, thank you. You know how much I appreciate you. Please turn on that notification bell so that way you do not miss any of my future videos. Also, friends, make sure that you give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. How about if you don't want to leave me a comment, leave me a plant emoji, because I did get some planting done today. Also, I want to tell you, remember, okay, that's what I'm saying, tell you, I go live every Friday between 7 and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, of course, if you're on the Eastern Time, that is your 8 and 9 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, I know you're 2 hours behind me, okay? So that is going to be your between 5 and 6, okay? And if you're in another country, I want you to join me too. Anyway, friends, remember to always be bold, be creative, and most importantly, be you. Until next time, friends. Bye.